Hello, good evening. It's News 360 coming to you live from the News Hub here at Adesawe Kanda. I am Portia Gabo.
And my name is Pa Kwesi. And coming up in the next 60 minutes.
News 360 headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint,
Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
And this is to Mr. Oforiatta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily or the OSP will enforce your return.
Office of the Special Prosecutor charges former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta to return to Ghana voluntarily or be forced to do so.
Attorney General justifies decision to discontinue high-profile cases in court.
Also coming up tonight, President John Mahama suspends rotation of national celebration of Ghana's independence.
In business news, World Bank projects Ghana's economy to grow by 4.2%.
And in news elsewhere, U.S. President Donald Trump says he has spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin about starting negotiations immediately to end the war in Ukraine. We've got details of all these stories plus many more coming up in the next 60 minutes. Remember, we're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on your DSTV channel 279. You can join us with your views, comments, and suggestions on any of our top stories this hour. Feel free to visit any of our social media pages on Facebook and on X.
The Special Prosecutor Kisia Jabin says his office will force former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta into Ghana to answer questions over ongoing investigations against him. Ken Oforiatta was declared wanted as part of a series of announced investigations by the OSP in an emergency press conference today. Mawena Edbeta has more.
Strategic Mobilization Limited, SML saga, Ambulance Spare Parts saga, the National Cathedral saga, and the revenue loss contract with Beijing Zhao. These four cases and a potential fifth are the subject of investigations requiring the answering of questions by the former Finance Minister Ken Oforiatta. According to the Special Prosecutor Kisia Jabin, invitation to the former minister have been met with explanation by his lawyers over his absence due to medical reasons, a situation they find hard to believe.
OSP is unconvinced that the purported medical letter transmitted by Mr. Oforiatta through his lawyers to the OSP represents a medical report to the effect that Mr. Oforiatta is incapacitated or is so sickly and invalid to the extent that he is physically unable to return to the jurisdiction without imperiling his life. The OSP declares Kenneth Nanaya Oforiatta a wanted person. He is a fugitive from justice. The OSP will take all necessary legal steps to secure his return to the jurisdiction and attendance at the OSP. And this is to Mr. Oforiatta. You have two choices. You can either return to the jurisdiction voluntarily or the OSP will enforce your return.
On allegations of the alleged raid of Ken Oforiatta's home, Kisia Jabin had this to say.
Mr. Oforiatta, the OSP did not raid your house on Tuesday, 11 February 2025. Our intelligence points us to state that the purported made in respect of a Japan
very tardy, very tardy.